Okay, now we're going to take a side-by-side look, once I get this in the right area, of how the receiver was somewhat modified and what points there are on it. Now this is the 10.4 millimeter receiver, and if you notice here on the side, these little spring-loaded things that are part of the lips of the magazine are there. I'm going to take the receiver tab off. Here's the cutoff, the magazine cutoff. And basically, I get the tab back out of the way so that'll rotate. Okay. Basically, how that works here on the bottom is that would be with the cutoff off all the way to the left. And when you slide this on here, that little steel plate covers up. You know, you'd push down on the cartridges in the magazine, that plate would come, and then that turns it into a single shot gun. On our 6.5 modified version, I'll get the tab back, all that does is keep the tab in there, okay? As you can see, the screw is still there, they just cut that all off. So nothing. They just sawed off half of the magazine, so that doesn't do a thing anymore. It was removed. Okay, where this does that. So basically, they cut this whole section right off. Okay, now you had this as part of the magazine. These little fingers in here. Well, the threaded holes are still there for them, but if you can see with this, what they did is they just bent where that opening was here. There's be an opening, the slot. They took that out and they just bent this. So that creates in here the same thing for the magazine. Okay, it's not spring-loaded anymore, but this actually has to be a guide or something. That's why they did that on both sides, which is pretty interesting. And the screw holes for where that spring was are still in there. Also, if you look at these side by side, you will see that, I can't, all right. Okay, going to try to change my camera angle. If you hold these two side by side, you'll see that this is longer. They elongated the receiver, so they remachined the receiver and made it longer. Obviously, that's why they shortened the bolt and everything, is because the cartridge is longer. So there were modifications to the receiver also in this. And that's about it on receiver modifications. The safety is not changed, or this rear portion here where our pin is missing. I have to do a closer review of these. But I hope now you can see where this is re-blued, the dent. They dented them things in there like that, other than these spring-loaded magazine guides here. And I'll do a thing on markings where we'll look at all the different markings. This one has a bunch here, and then this one, the other one, the markings were on the barrel, but now there's a whole bunch of stuff here, mostly numbers. Any of this stuff, numbers, letters, are usually inspector stamps or something. When they were overhauled, each piece would get a stamp of some sort on there. But that about covers the receiver differences and that. So we covered the magazines, stock, how they changed the receiver, the bolts. So, alright, that just about covers anything different. So I'm going to wrap up this video on receiver modification.